The march continues towards a World Championships here at the 2024 PDGA Junior Disc Golf World Championships, brought to you by Innova. We are back here at the Twin Bridges course for this PDGA Major. Things are moving along, things are changing, and we're here to bring you all the action. Ace Run Productions bringing you this coverage on behalf of the PDGA. Once again in the booth, I am Felix Vega, joined by Jennifer Allen.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back to Twin Bridges, a tightly wooded, must-hit-your-gap course.
Yeah, we take a look at the start of round 3 and what our card will be looking like here on the lead card of this FJ18 division. Some familiar names and a new one jumping on. Kayla Hess jumping on the lead card here. We look at the overall leaderboard so far.
Yeah, anything can still happen. We have a couple full rounds and a final 9 left before we crown a champion.
We're going to start things off here on what has been statistically a difficult hole to start. Hole 1, 350 feet.
Yeah, I think just the distance being a little out of reach for them. Simple, straight, or hyzer shot there. Gonna try to get that disc to head over to the left, get around those last guardian trees, and you can tell this green is very sloped. So being careful on that approach or putt.
Ida carrying her lead from round 2, starting things off here in this third round. Weather similar to yesterday, but maybe not quite as humid and with a little bit more breeze.
I did actually. I wasn't able to make it out to watch them today, but I was checking the humidity for them, and it was about 20% less on the humidity. So feeling a little bit cooler. Hopefully they can get back going strong and feeling 100% today.
Yeah, and Twin Bridges does offer quite a bit more shade than we saw at Hunter Park as well. It should bring quite a bit of relief to these ladies.
Almost this whole front 9 is in the trees. That'll help a lot. Trinity turning that one over just a little bit too much. Hopefully she can have an outside gap around and get all the way up there to the basket.
Virginia Polkinghorne, who's been a staple of the coverage from day one, continuing to be up amongst the leaders.
Release a little high. Might be able to fight through this wall of trees and have a look.
And Kayla Hess, who we had the pleasure of filming a couple years ago at USW DGC when she was competing in the FJ15 division.
So fun to watch these girls grow up. And, you know, who would think that by now these girls are kind of getting used to being filmed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still in juniors, but used to the cameras maybe already.
Kayla fights her way down towards the green. They're still going to be outside of the circle with an uphill look.
Kind of an awkward stance, just having to pitch out. Sometimes you have to really learn to turn and switch feet to really get a good out.
This one sails a little bit on Trinity. She'll have an uphill look as well to try to save her par.
Yeah, and a lot of these holes that we know are very difficult birdieing, you know, maybe this is the second time these girls are able to play the course. So I'm interested to see if we're going to see a switch in game plans, maybe attacking a little more safe and going for more pars than they might have the first round. Smart play right there. Sometimes it's fun to go through the V and little up putt though. That's really fun, but very smart not to do it.
Little half bid there for Trinity, getting it up near the bucket.
Yeah, smart to go for the high side of the basket there.
Good putt there for Kayla to get the bogey, which a lot of people did on this hole, averaging .68 over par, the hardest hole statistically of the day. And it's the one you're starting on. Yeah,
first couple of holes of this course I remember being pretty difficult. Mm-hmm. And that was the same case at Hunter. You know, that first stretch of 4 holes really making you come out ready to play.
Yeah, you don't get to ease into it at all. It's just you're revving up right from the beginning.
Excellent par by Ida.
Very smartly played. You can tell that she's got a lot of experience, the way she breaks down holes and attacks courses.
I don't know if she has been through a lot of the training in Europe, but I know they do have, you know, schools over there that they go to, and they really take this seriously, taking classes that may help.
Yeah. Hole 2, 315 feet, par 3, tightly wooded on both sides.
Yeah, making sure, again, just maybe even a placement shot if you can't get all the way through, but trying to get that disc to get some action to the left. Not quite as many guardian trees right around the basket, so trying to get your disc to land in any of that open area just outside circle 1 would be a great drive.
Ida still remains at the top of the box here. It's looking like a mid-range in her hand as she's taking the widest section of that right side fairway and playing it right up the gut.
Very smart play. Again, these kids have learned some stuff.
Yeah.
They've been educated.
Trinity is a butterfly.
A gorgeous butterfly.
Might have distracted her a bit.
Did she comment on that?
As she walked by, she's like, there was a butterfly right in front of me.
It was so beautiful. I like this outside gap, especially because we need the disc to go to the left. So maybe getting a little more stability on the disc, disking up and trying to get a skip or fight through the trees. Not a bad play. Great hole when you have 2 different ways that you can go. You know,
yeah.
give the players options and let them decide which is the best way for them. She has shown us this great touch with that putter approach. Very smart. We have a new caddy today.
Yeah, Dad on the bag. Mom was out there following too, as she usually does. Virginia chipping up a nice little putter approach there. Kayla with a long birdie bid, just over the top.
She wanted it. That was such power. Very confident bid.
Ida with a long bid as well.
Drops just a hair short, right on line. I would have to guess that'd be one of the few birdies on this hole.
Your girl got it, Allison Menchaca.
Awesome.
The only birdie on hole 2.
High, stays in, drops right down, good basket. You love to see them do what they're designed to do.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the disc in the basket.
A couple of tap outs here for the rest of the ladies as we move on to hole 3. And here is hole 3. It says 300 feet. I don't buy it. Par 3.
Starting up, elevated tee, dropping down. That's going to take away, I would say, at least 20-30 feet, making this probably feel a little more like 275, 260 even maybe. Is that what you're guessing?
That's about right where I got it, yeah.
Yeah, great little turnover shot. Or let's see how many of these girls show us their forehand drives. Now that I've learned how to throw a putter, this is one of my favorite shots.
Ooh, little ramp off the tree.
Almost gave her a good little push towards the basket. Gonna have to putt around a couple of pretty big trees.
Turnover line as well for Trinity.
Trinity really likes to work the tee pad from right to left, as well as her upshots just in the fairway. She really likes that turnover release. That disc just a little too stable.
This the Tursus for Virginia. She loves throwing this thing, and you can see just moves to the right.
Gets a lot of turnover on it every time. Got good glide. Again, like you said, they may be looking at the T sign, seeing 300.
Yeah.
And just playing this way too long.
Yeah. That looks like her compass that just sailed a bit long, but still inside the circle.
Oh.
As you would expect, just...
I was holding my breath. I'm like, this looks so good.
Virginia finding herself in circle 2 here.
Yes.
And nails it.
She was leaving or putting just a little bit high yesterday, so getting this one at the right height, right between in the chains. Great birdie.
That one was for 2 there, trying to putt around the tree. Unfortunately, leaks left. Kayla with her birdie look now.
I spy a PDGA film guy back there. Nick's sneaking out on the course today.
Jay was out there as well taking photographs.
I feel like this is a great time to also say big shout out to all the volunteers and staff. That was a very uncharacteristic miss there.
She looks befuddled as well.
Yeah,
almost like something betrayed me there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe something slipped on the hand or something. That did not look like some type of malfunction.
Yeah.
And it happens.
Oh, of course. Par putt there for Kayla.
I would have to guess they are not used to the sticky, sweaty hands in Norway.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit of moisture making the putters a little slick.
Yeah. All right, and we are cruising along here. Hole 4, 230-foot par 3. One of the almost quote-unquote muskets on this course, but still not an easy one.
I was going to say, must get through the defense line of trees there that are pretty scattered. You know, no major direct line except for this one that the drone is taking to the left. So again, allowing for a little backhand touch turnover shot or maybe a forehand or two.
Virginia with that yellow pure that she loves throwing.
And there is a little sneaky hyzer line there. Trying to follow that, but a little earlier release than Virginia, so she's going to hyzer off to the left. Still a look at the basket. I don't think she has a tree in front of her.
That's a straighter disc than I thought it was.
Yeah, it did hold it quite nicely. Little high, got lucky to miss some of those leaves and drop it. Was able to fight through. That has great height and a lot of speed.
Whoa, and a lot of skip.
A lot of speed. And that's a little hard too. You know, they just left Hunter Park where the grass is like 6 inches tall, absolutely so thick. Now they are in 9 holes of no grass, very hard, firm dirt.
Yeah.
And so the skips are going to be kind of like concrete. So it might take a few holes to make that adjustment from the previous day.
Trinity with a little bit of awkward footing here, giving it that floaty putt that she has just over the top. Virginia, another long look.
Virginia's back. There's this Virginia. Just needed a few cooler degrees. These girls are going to get firing again. Maybe it's just this course.
Yeah, their second time around too, get to be more familiar with the holes and how you want to attack it. Good birdie there for Kayla as well. So 50% of our card getting the birdies here. 26% of the field overall getting it. And we come up to our first par 4 of the day. 375 feet, definitely reachable for these ladies.
Yeah, we discussed this day one. It's kind of an in-between, a very short par 4. Hitting the gap perfectly with this firm ground. You can get some great ground action and get inside for a look at eagle. Nothing wrong with playing the ground as well.
Bit of a straighter skip than I think she was anticipating there. There's Ellen Whitboom. She's one of the volunteers out here this week. And A little early release there on the left side for Kayla.
And depending where your kick goes, you know, you can very quickly be in a hole that you think is an easy hole, you know, a short par 4, and all of a sudden you have 0 line and you're on a long hole.
Oh, yeah.
So making sure if you do get a kick, hopefully it's one that you can continue to progress forward. That one hitting maybe some pine needles, some sand. That sounded sandy.
She's pinned high.
Wow. She didn't need the skip.
Yeah, that actually might have helped.
You know, I'm sure we all were throwing 375 when we were 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, sure. I watched a post about the FJ10 division. It was a 285-foot hole, and 2 of the 3 birdied it, and the other one got a par, and the putts were like inside of 20 feet. It's ridiculous.
It's been incredible to see all ages out here and just so many in every division. It really makes us all excited for what the future does truly bring for our sport when you have this many awesome youth divisions moving up.
Yeah.
Such a smart, great look. It's not going to go far, but had height when it passed the basket.
Trinity a little right on that one.
Okay, so this is for eagle.
This is her eagle look here, yeah.
A little bit of an uphill.
Got it.
There's a big smile. That totally erases that little miss we just had.
Oh, she's
what
loving
miss? Yes, this makes up for it. You're going to subtract 2.
Getting some fist bumps from the caddy. Oh, and Virginia
Yeah, that
just
was
right.
It really was. You could see that one.
Whoa,
Ooh, step on a tree stump there.
Yeah. She was okay, though.
Yeah. She does always wear like the high boot shoes. So
That helps protect.
I always question if she had weak ankles.
Yeah.
Like she may have an issue with the ankles. That's the therapist in me just overanalyzing.
All right, we're moving on to hole 6. 245-foot par 3, a short one, but quite a bit of attitude.
Yeah, again, just picking a line, finding that focal point and just dialing it in, trying to get something to sneak past all of these defenders and give yourself a look for birdie. Most of these holes very reachable in distance. Distance isn't the problem here.
Yeah, as we've seen. Shout out to Allison Menchaca, who also eagled hole 5. Those were the 2 eagles on the day.
Ooh, and an almost ace run. Girls are starting to heat up a little bit.
They are. Virginia pulling this one through the same gap there, getting a little bit more fade, but leaving her maybe 25, 28 out.
Little late release, but with a short hole, hopefully she can get up there, save the par.
Yeah.
Blending through the shadows, but making it all the way up. Again, so much spin on the disc that you're gonna have that extra just hovercraft.
Yeah. Oh, and another
She was
early
going
tree.
for it. Yeah, that had full power, and that's something that's kind of scary when you have that many trees. You throw it hard and you hit, you're usually going to get it kicked pretty hard too. So much calmer, softer throw on that last approach.
It's Trinity's birdie look. Again, right side.
I really like her putt. Kind of reminds me of Hokum. Hokum has that nice drop putt, giving it a bid every time. That's 2 that the basket really kind of denied Virginia there. They're going to start falling again, though. I absolutely know it. And our little Norwegian is starting to be on a heater.
Mm-hmm. 2 down through 6 so far. Even with a hiccup. Oh, Kayla just wants to get off this hole now. Misses that one high.
It's so hard.
No.
We've all been there. One little mistake, it just snowballs.
Mm-hmm. And it just feels like all parts of your game are falling apart.
Yep. And everyone's watching.
Yeah. But she's a strong competitor. I'm sure she'll pull it together here. Good par there for Trinity.
So many pep talks this week. Mm-hmm. Told all the girls, you know we're all cheering you on because we love you and you're doing great.
Moving on to hole 7. This one, 245 feet, similar distance to the last one, par 3. But
yeah, this one's going to play quite a bit differently. We're going to break out of the trees. Once you get past those wall of trees there, you're going to come out to the open, but danger right behind the basket. So be careful coming in, not too strong. You don't want that extra penalty stroke. This one with that downhill slope too, after maybe reading 245 on the previous hole, and this one you might try to throw it really hard, but this one's, you're going to gain a little bit of distance if you get a clean shot out.
Big skip forward.
Yeah, and a small roll, so that's definitely going to give her a look, and a butterfly's checking it out.
Going wider hyzer with a little bit more angle.
I really like the play.
One of those holes that you don't need to overcomplicate it.
Nope, just
Nothing
try
wrong.
to pick a gap as long as you fully commit. You can't step up to the tee pad and be questioning this one, left, right, left. No question. Pick one and you'll have a better result even if it's the wrong one.
Yeah.
Have to fully commit to what line you're going to try to hit.
And Kayla breaking this one down, she had taken notes so her caddy would go over the notes with her ahead of time. And she's like, all right, stand still, mid-range, get to
Love
3
it.
and get out of here.
Yeah, very smart. This hyzering off just a little bit. That's going to be quite a bit left on that one with a downhill, probably circle's edge putt. And she executed the plan perfectly.
Yep. Stress-free par putt coming up.
I wanted to see more of that at Hunter yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, so many dangerous, absolutely not gettable birdies on that hole or that course. That I think if they played it again, I think we would have seen a lot different results.
Good putt there.
Can I clap? I'm
Absolutely.
clapping. Excellent putt. Great save. There's another.
Wow.
It's just the course. It just brings out these incredible putters that we have.
3 down now through 7.
I would say the putting greens aren't as scary as Hunter, but you know, this is a pretty tough green.
A lot of them are. There's some trickiness to most of these greens, and you're going to see some trickiness on the next one. And here it is, hole 8. Par 3, 290 feet, but it's a monster.
Is this where you just kind of roll the dice, close the eyes, and just try to sneak through? Sometimes the bigger trees are easier to miss than these little ones. You have so many tiny little pencil trees to get around, and then the huge guardian trees right in that circle 1. So a lot of these previous greens, the circle area was pretty cleared. This one, we have protection from the basket all the way through. This has great height and angle, and that's not bad. I mean, she's at least
fine.
halfway there.
It's tough not to be too wide on the initial hyzer on this line.
This one looks great as well. So maybe making the game plan be just get the straightness and then punch over. Not a bad play. Sometimes when you're trying to make the disc go left or right, you'll lose your angle, kind of like we just saw with Trinity. She was trying to get the disc to go to the left.
Yep.
And Virginia showing us just making it go straight, could possibly get you further down the fairway.
Swing on in.
This one just was lucky to miss
What
absolutely everything.
Part.
1 out of 5.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to make it like, it's such a tight gap.
Oh, look at this beautiful line being hit here.
Again with the turnover approach. She's so good with it.
It's going to give her an outside look here at saving the par.
Absolutely perfect little touch shot there.
Outside birdie look here for Virginia.
Ooh, and she really did that well. She didn't, most of the time you see that tree and it really makes you swing it wide. She was still right on line with the basket. Oh,
Goodness.
so close. 3 point. Going deep. There we go.
Birdie. The only birdie on the day on hole 8. Nobody birdied it during round 1.
These girls are even looking at the stats while they're playing.
Yeah.
The game, oh wow, has it changed. To think we just had scorecards. We couldn't check stats. You might not have known the results till the next day.
All right, we're going to close things out here on the front 9 with this par 3, little left to right 300-foot shot.
Bringing out the open fairways again, but we're going to tuck it back into the trees just a little bit. Not too far of a hole with that downward slope, probably playing a little bit shorter, maybe more like 280. I think the easy mistake would be trying to force the turnover. And we haven't seen too many forehands. This group not really showing us a ton besides approaches. So I'm going to say we're going to see a lot of backhand turnover shots. This one coming in a little high and hyzering out.
That'll be
Gonna
okay.
have a look.
Yeah.
I was afraid with the hyzering out. I'm like, we're going to go into those trees. Anywhere in the open is going to be great.
Does this turn too much?
Yeah, that's going to be easily, because just in your head, the last thought is turn the disc.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you just have to trust the disc. If the disc is supposed to go the right, just throw it. Throw it like it's supposed to be thrown. Let the disc do all the work. You can't force it. 4 shots will do that little roll like we just saw in those last 2 shots. So get it up there, throw it at a right angle where the disc is going to get a nice glide, a slow turn. Trinity just a little low.
Yeah.
That had a slow turn to it, but just needed to be up in the air quite a bit higher.
Yeah, I like the angle out of her hand, just the height needed to be more. That one a little deep on the approach.
Hopefully about 18, 20 feet.
Ooh.
Great bid. Staying close for the tap-in par. Again, with these beautiful high releases, allowing the disc just to keep flying straight, dropping right at the pin.
Right under
I'll
it.
take that par as well, if that's what the game plan is. And sometimes it's nice to see awesome putt from Trinity have to take the knee to get below the branch, but you know, I don't feel like you have to run at these if you see everyone kind of laying it up like, okay, we can do the smart play.
Just kind of makes the decision for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Helps with the layup plan.
Only 1 birdie on the day on this hole. It's a little surprising, but Emma Hobson getting it.
Excellent birdie, Emma.
All right, let's take a look at our front 9 results so far. You can see Ida 3 down, really setting the pace here. Virginia Polkinghorne 1 down so far on the round. Plenty of action left though. Back 9 still to come on this 3rd day of the 2024 PDGA Junior World Championships. Head on back, check out the rest of the action.